Wall Street Memes Casino.
I'm fine.
And Sportsbook.
This is Joe Pugh for IFLTV. I'm delighted to be joined in Saudi Arabia by the legend that is Teddy Atlas. Teddy, how was your flight and how are you finding Saudi Arabia?
First of all, the flight was very long. I left at 11 in the morning from New York City in the United States yesterday. And I got here at 2 o'clock in the afternoon today, a day later. So, and I've slept about an hour. So I'm a little tired, but you know what? You get revitalized in events like this. It kind of, I tell you, as great as this Saudi coffee is, this event is even better for waking you up. And it's waking me up, or it has awakened me. And as far as being a Saudi, I find the Saudi people to be good people. And so that's my answer. It's good to be around good people. Who doesn't want to be around good people? Respectful people, people that care about other people. And I got hurt the last time I was here. I tore my ACL and MCL in the gym, training some of the young Saudi fighters in the gym, the Tyson gym. And I had to go home to get full reconstructive surgery. But you know what happened before that? From Turkey Al-Sheikh to Spencer Brown to Ali to all the people here, Yusuf, the guy who's been driving me everywhere, who's like a brother to me now. All these Saudi people that I didn't know anything about, they all came out and asked how they could help me. They offered to keep me here, to take care of the surgery here. I was with my son. There's nothing worse than getting hurt and you got your young son with you and you're hurt in a foreign country. You worry about those things. You worry about what are you going to do? And the Saudi people came out and said, don't worry. We're going to help you. We're going to take care of you. And that's going to stay with me forever. That their compassion for me, their care for me, a person they didn't know, that impacted me.
Certainly, that is fantastic to hear. Now let's talk about the fight. First of all, how big do you think this fight is?
How what?
How big it is in America?
No, listen, anytime, one of the problems with boxing is there's too many champs. And what is the main weight class that drives boxing? The heavyweight. The old timers used to say, as the heavyweight division goes, boxing goes. And you could not walk down the street, unfortunately, and ask somebody who's heavyweight champ. They wouldn't know. There's too many names. After Saturday night, they will know. You will be able to go down the street, hopefully, and ask who's the heavyweight champ, and there'll be one name. One name. And that is important to the sport. It's important to all these fans, but it's important to the welfare of the sport to have one unified heavyweight champ that the people can identify with.
Excellent. And I want to ask your expertise, the master of breaking down fights. In your opinion, how does this fight play out on Saturday night?
The Sanchez-Cabal fight you're talking about?
Yeah, Fury Usyk.
Oh, no, I couldn't hear you. Sorry. Fury and Usyk.
Yeah, how does it go play out?
The jab. Yeah. The jab. I mean, look, Usyk's got the option of, with his size, to go forward and impose his physicality on the smaller man. Although Fury's in such good shape, I don't know if he's the bigger man other than being tall anymore. But he has shown the ability to go forward and impose his physicality on a guy if he has to. But for me, he's at his best when he's on the outside with that great wingspan. I mean, you know how tall a phone pole is, right? That's how long his jab is. So when he can stand on the outside, Fury, and control range with that long jab, he's at his best. And if he does that, if he can control distance and put the burden on Usyk to get close, that will give him an edge. That will force Usyk to figure out a way to get close without getting caught. And that will force him to take more risk possibly than Fury will have to take. So it starts with the jab for Fury, and you know what? It also starts with the jab for Usyk, because if I was his trainer, he's got good trainers, so he don't need me, and both of them do. But if I was put my 2 cents in, I would say, listen, fellas, there's one thing we don't want to happen. We don't want to be in the locker room late Saturday night crying because we got dominated by Fury's jab. A punch that we knew he was good at. We knew his potential to dominate us with. We have to find a way to nullify his jab, to not get dominated with his jab, to take his jab away. To me, that's what it comes down to.
Do you think Oleksandr Usyk can nullify that jab?
Can he? Yeah, I think he can, but it's going to be something that he's going to have worked at throughout the camp, and something that he's going to have to execute consistently. Because if you try to get close and you make a mistake of reaching a little bit and Fury's on the outside, you leave yourself vulnerable to him catching you coming in. An uppercut, right hand. You don't want to, but you don't want to be forced into a situation where you're making mistakes to get close, where you reach. Yeah, he can figure out a way. He's a good counterpuncher. He's a good defensive fighter. That will be part of it. You know, he has good head movement. Move your head, slip inside the jab. Move your head, slip inside the jab. I mean, that's one way, and there's other ways too.
If I did have to push you for a winner, what would be your prediction?
Look, I think in some ways Fury might have an edge where maybe some of the powers that be judging-wise might even want him to win so they can set up a Joshua fight. I don't know if it goes to that kind of decision, but at the end of the day, I think that Fury might have an edge if he can control that outside and put what I said, all the burden on Usyk to be able to get close enough to do what he does. Put combinations together, use his hand speed, counter punch. But I'm going to be consistent. I can't be that guy who goes both ways. You got to be consistent. You got to, with what you say. On my podcast, I picked Usyk, so I'm staying with that.
Excellent.
His greatest talent, both of them have great physical talents and mental talents. They're winners. They've overcome a lot in their lives. But for me, Usyk, the greatest talent is knowing how to win. He's known how to win since he was a teenager. The Olympic gold medal, and then the cruiserweight title, unified that, went up and won the heavyweight title, and then just to show it wasn't a lock, he goes and beats him again in his own country. A good big fighter, a really good fighter. So he knows how to win. We'll see if can he do it again.
You mentioned Anthony Joshua there. A lot of people are saying this Anthony Joshua 2.0 under Ben Davison. Do you think he could be a threat to Tyson Fury or Oleksandr Usyk if they fought for a third time?
He's a good fighter, and he's in a good place now. He's in the best place he's been in a real long time, maybe since he turned pro. He's in a very good place, and Ben Davison has done a magnificent job with him. There's no doubt about that.
Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.